I'm getting a lot of questions about peppers at the moment, so I thought I would show you my 3 successions of peppers. So these will be roughly 1 month old, 2 months old and 3 months old, and it'll give you an idea as to how big your peppers will be depending on when you sowed them. So my biggest peppers are these, and they are 3 months old. So they were sown about 5th of December, so just a little bit older than 3 months now. So this is about the size I want them for planting out towards the end of May. Right, so, something like 21st to 28th of May, something like that. And they're good sized plants, not too big though. You can just see the side shoots starting to come on them. So that's kind of what I would like to see. They're nice and stocky, they don't need staking or anything like that, although they will when they go outside. And these are being grown on windowsills at the moment, so they're not under grow lights. They're perfectly happy. As I say, they're not overly leggy. They're nice, stocky, healthy plants. Now I don't grow very many at this size because these are going to be big plants by the time they get planted out. They will get potted on into one bigger container than this, probably about twice the size. And these are just, my first 12 plants for a really nice early crop. And I've got 6 other chili peppers. We grow a lot more sweet peppers than we grow chili peppers. So we'll have 6 chili peppers this size right now, and 12 sweet peppers this size right now. So right now happens to be the 12th of March. And as I say, these plants will be about twice the size by the time they get planted out, middle to the end of May. So my next succession, which are now 2 months old, almost exactly, are these. And you can see they're pretty nice. So by the middle of April, these will be this size. And, really, I don't want too many of this size. So again, I've only got another 12, and they will just be the follow-on crop from these. And so they're pretty nice. Again, just planted out in middle to the end of May. Depends on the long range weather forecast. And I always have a few spares that I don't plant out. It's always worth having spares because all it takes is one really cold night and you could lose maybe 50% of your peppers. I've never lost all of them. I only ever lose, maybe a third of them at worst if we just have a really bad May. So I do have my main crops, and this is the other 50%, so 24 plants of like this, although I will have at least 6 spares of these just in case, as I said, we get any failures. So in a month's time they will look like that, and at planting time they'll look like these, which is kind of perfect. So that is really, I think, the best size, but because we like a really early harvest of everything, that's why we just have a few really early plants. So that's the peppers basically. That's the sweet peppers. The chili peppers, as I say, they look exactly like this, although because we want early chili peppers, we have let the flowers set fruit on these, on the chili peppers. So we've got quite a few fruits growing on those, and they're looking pretty nice. And they're going to go into their final pots in a few weeks' time and live out their life in the greenhouse or on the windowsill in the kitchen. And just because, chili peppers, they just look so nice on the windowsill. Generally speaking, I don't fuss with feeding them. So they're planted into Dale Fort, I think it is, tomato compost, and that's got loads of nutrients in it. So I don't really tend to feed them anything other than what's in the compost in the first place. and as you can see, they're growing perfectly well. These are all actually potted on into seed and potting compost, so that's a moderately low nutrient compost. If I see the leaves going yellow or anything like that, I might give them like a little bit of seaweed feed or something, but yeah, they're looking okay. These will need potting on though into these larger pots down here. You can see quite a big pot in about a month's time. They'll have outgrown those little modules there. So I always get asked, where do I get these pots, these module trays, and there's a link in the description to my Amazon shop. It's got all the details of everything that I use in there. Another thing I get a lot of questions about is how am I watering, and actually I'm still top watering in these. I find it's much more predictable as to how much the plants take up. Sometimes when you bottom water, you find that, you know, one plant will take up loads of water and the next one will take up just a little bit, and then the next one will take up not so much. When you're top watering, I just count. So I just go, like, get my little watering can, 1, 2, 3, go to the next one, water, 1, 2, 3. And basically, you know, that's kind of the way I do it. And I wait until the top is kind of dry and crusty, and, you know, 3 seconds of water saturates the whole of the pot, no problem at all. And then I just wait until the top is a bit sort of dry and crusty again. Peppers do like to dry out a little bit in between waterings, and it also reduces the problems with fungus gnats if you let the surface of the compost dry out in between waterings. I don't know, I probably will go to bottom watering once the plants are bigger and it's warmer and they're taking a lot of water every day, and it's just too much effort to top water. But, you know, right now, certainly for the rest of March, I'll still stay with top watering. As I say, probably April, definitely by the time I get to May, almost certainly I'll be bottom watering, because the plants will need a lot of water by then. They'll be big plants and it'll be really warm. So asked about flowers, and right now I'm just leaving the odd flower on. The reason I like to leave the flowers on is because it's really easy to spot green fly on the white petals, and I find it quite difficult to spot the green fly on the green leaves. So it's just really useful just have the odd flower on these plants, and then you can kind of nip them off as they start to sort of fade like this. But fortunately there's no green fly on these at the moment, which is good news. But yeah, only leave the flowers on if you want peppers. And right now I don't want peppers. I don't want peppers until about June time. So I won't leave any flowers on to mature until probably the beginning of May on my biggest plants, the ones that right now are 3 months old. So that's it. That's all my chili peppers and the sweet peppers for this year, and their progress right now, nearly middle of March. My name's Steve. This is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.